Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning today. We're still at the Clachan Caravan and Motorhome Club site. We're just about to have some breakfast and then we're off into Killin again on the e-bikes because we booked up yesterday to hire a two-person kayak to go out on Loch Tay. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. We hired a double sit-on-top kayak from Killin Outdoor. And we paid £30 for 2 hours, and that included your buoyancy aids, your paddles, a little bit of a safety briefing, and some paperwork, a little map showing you nice places to go around the lake, nice places where you could land, and some places not to go as well. There is a power station that has a little bit of a draw from the lake, so you don't want to get sucked into that. So yeah, I thought that was quite a good deal. It was lovely to be back out on the water in a kayak. It's been quite some time since we did anything like this. We haven't had our own kayak out all last year. We're hoping to do a little bit more this year. The wind was fairly strong actually. It was quite hard work paddling against the wind, but absolutely lovely scenery and very nice to be out on Loch Tay. Once we're out into the main part of the loch, the surface did get a little bit more choppy. Nothing spectacular, but noticeably bouncier than when we were in the river. They do warn you, in fact, to stay fairly close to the shore and not to attempt to cross the lake. It can get quite rough, in fact, in the middle, especially when the wind gets up. You do see the scenery from a different perspective when you're out on the water, and what an absolutely lovely area. Now we started heading back perhaps a little bit earlier than we needed to. We were both finding it quite tiring, using muscles that we hadn't used for a long time. So to make sure we got back before our time ran out, we did start to head back up the river again. And this was a wedding party heading out to get married on one of the little islands in the loch. What a lovely day they've got for it. They've been very lucky with the weather. We've pulled up to the side of the river at this sandy area and we've met this little fella. I think he's a freshwater shrimp. We've also spotted these birds flying backwards and forwards to their nests in hollowed out parts of the riverbank. I think they might be sandpipers. Let me know in the comments if I'm right. Well, that's our kayaking trip over, and we've cycled a bit further on to the Falls of Dochart Smokehouse, where we're treating ourselves to a bit of a fancy fish lunch. Well, what a brilliant morning that was, with the kayaking and then that fantastic lunch. We're back at the van now. It's only about 3:15, so there's time still to do something else. Nikki just wants to chill out here at the van, but I think I'm going to go for another bit of a bike ride and see if I can get to a little loch which is in the hills just above us here. Well, I've not got very far down the road at all, and this is the first point of interest really. This is the pipe that runs down to the hydroelectric power station. So it goes all the way up the hill there. And interestingly, it looks like all the sections are hot riveted together, which means that's probably pre-World War I, I'm guessing. If you know for sure, let me know in the comments. Now, unfortunately, first part of this ride is along this A road, and it is quite busy, so you have to watch yourself a bit. So this is where I'm going to turn off, up to Ben Lawers Nature Reserve. So this is where the boost function comes in on the Engway P275. Don't get me wrong, I'm still having to pedal quite hard. I'm in a very low gear to get up here, but I am getting up here, and I don't think I would on an ordinary pedal cycle for sure. Well, and here's where we come out of the deer fencing and out onto the open hillside. Whoa, what a glorious afternoon compared to the overcast morning we had. Blazing sunshine. I'm actually quite glad I'm on an e-bike rather than walking. Well, another point of interest here, this is the Burn of Edramucky. Now I've stopped again on an absolute dawdle today, but I had to pause to admire this lovely patch of cotton grass. What an absolutely beautiful place. Now just up there is the dam, because it's not actually a loch I'm going up to at all really, it's a reservoir. I believe it's the reservoir that feeds that hydroelectric power station that we saw the pipe for earlier. And there we are, look, I have made it up to the reservoir. What a lovely spot. I wonder if there's a spot just to sit and have a drink. Well, what a lovely afternoon that's been in glorious weather. Lovely spot to cycle up to. Could go much further. I've got 4 out of 5 battery bars left, and obviously I was working it quite hard uphill all the way. So I think there's plenty more ground I could still cover if I wanted to, but it's about 5 o'clock and don't want to leave Nikki alone too long at the van. It'd be nice to go back and spend the evening with her, perhaps have some dinner. So it's back exactly the same way that I come. So I'll see you perhaps back at the van. Well, back at the van, and it looks like Nikki has been doing some washing. We've got quite a display of pants outside the awning. Splendid stuff. Well, it's Thursday morning, and that about brings our stay at Clachan to an end. We're just packing up the van and we're getting ready to head off to Skye. So we hope you'll join us in our next video when we'll be heading, as I said, to Skye.